Hello, everybody. We're just going to wait a few seconds for everybody to join. I know screens are buffering, so we'll just wait just a few moments. Okay, just see this number taking up a little bit more. We'll give just a few more seconds. Okay, so hi everybody, welcome. My name is Andrew Weiss. I am an admissions counselor at Syracuse University. I am a Syracuse University graduate as well. I graduated in May of 2017. During my time at Syracuse, I was a triple major in finance, marketing, and Spanish. Decided I really loved Syracuse so much, so I decided to stay on campus, and like I said, now I'm an admissions counselor, but I'm also pursuing a master's degree in information management in the School of Information Studies on campus. I am very lucky today to be joined by our esteemed guests from the Hillel Center on campus, so I will be passing it over to them very quickly. But I do just want to cover a little things about Syracuse University before we get into everything about Syracuse Hillel. So if you haven't joined one of our general information sessions yet, I highly recommend you do so. You could sign up for that right on our website. If you have, this will just be some overview information, so it might sound a little repetitive for you, but it's just a good refresher. But Syracuse University is a mid-sized institution. We do have about 15,000 undergraduate students on campus. And with that, we're really able to provide students with the feeling of a large university and a small college on our campus. So one of the ways that you're able to get that small college feeling is by joining groups and organizations such as the Hillel Center. We are a very diverse university. We have students from all 50 states, 130 countries. About 26% of our students identify as race other than white, and we have students from all different religious backgrounds, socioeconomic backgrounds. So Syracuse really is diverse in every sense of the word. Now, one thing that really is a trademark of Syracuse University is all the involvement that our students do. We have over 300 different groups and organizations on campus that students are able to participate in, as well as some special interest groups such as the Hillel Center. So without further ado, I want to present to you the executive director of the Hillel Center, Jillian Juni.
Hi everyone, I'm Jillian. I'm the executive director, as Andrew said, at Syracuse Hillel. In our staff structure, I'm joined by Jess Lemons, our chief operations officer, Rabbi Joel Goldstein, our campus rabbi, and Ronen Sadok, who is our Israel fellow, who comes from Israel to do engagement in that space. We've got about 2,500 Jewish students on campus. It's about 17% of the undergraduate population at Syracuse is Jewish. Kosher food is available in Shaw Dining Hall. We've got a robust and thriving Jewish life on campus, Jewish studies program for those who want to study academically. And our staff and student leaders are eager and excited to take you out to coffee should you come join us at Syracuse. So Sam and Ronnie are joining me today. They're two of our students, and they're going to do the large majority of our talking. So I pass it over first to Ronnie.
Hi everyone, my name is Ronnie Eisenberg. I'm a rising senior this upcoming school year. I'm a social work major and a policy studies major with a minor in human development and family science. I am from Boca Raton, Florida, and my involvement outside of Hillel is within social Greek life, and I work within the social work office as well. And within Hillel, I am this year's Hillel Jewish Student Union president. I am the co-chair of our pre-orientation program, and before all of that, I was served on a few other boards within the organization as well.
Hi, I'm Sam Aronson. I'm going to be a junior in the fall, studying political science and public relations with a minor in English. And on campus, I'm involved in professional Greek life, social Greek life. I serve on the board with Ronnie as one of the co-social programming vice presidents. And I'm also in a musical theater organization on campus. I'm from Westchester County, New York, so not too far away from campus. And thanks for joining us tonight.
Our building is located on the edge of campus, and the program, Syracuse Hillel, is in the Winnick Hillel Center. It's a large facility with a lot of warm and inviting spaces for students to have meetings, to do homework, to pray together, to eat together, to be together in a lot of different ways. And again, I'm going to pass it off to Ronnie and Sam, who can share some of the ways in which they use it as students.
So you can find me in the Winnick Hillel Center 24/7. I use it as my study space. I go there in between classes to hang out with friends and to hang out with staff. I eat there. I'm basically, if I'm not in my apartment or not at the gym or not in class, I'm at Hillel. That's how I utilize that space. And I can tell you, I don't really go to the library. I only go to the Hillel to study and do my homework.
Yeah, so I also spend a fair amount of time in the building. One of my favorite things, I guess, about the building is the pool table that is in like the lobby area. Me and my friends have this past year started, I guess, like keeping a running tally of who wins every game and kind of honing our skills on the pool table. But kind of like Ronnie, I use it to study and hang out with staff, kind of just go in and if staff's available, sitting in their office, having chats, everything like that.
So we offer a wide variety of programming. A lot of what I think Ronnie and Sam are going to talk about in this space are specific to like things that they've experienced when we're on campus, but we can also talk a little bit about what we've done in the virtual space as COVID-19 has impacted the ways in which we do these activities. For example, our travel and immersive experiences to Israel have not been able to take place currently, but we have hopes that we're still going to be able to travel and, as we said, to bring Ronan back to give some of those pieces on campus. One of the ways that we do that also is through immersive learning programs that are in Syracuse, our Israel Learning Fellowship and our Jewish Learning Fellowship. We do Shabbat and holiday celebrations, both religious services and meals that all students are welcome to join us for and to attend. And we're going to break into like all the kind of specifics about this slide as we go forward. If you have questions about it, about anything that we talk about, please feel free to put them in the Q&A and we will go ahead and answer them as we go forward.
So FreshFest is the largest pre-orientation program at Syracuse University, hosted by Syracuse Hillel, and it's a 3-day program that provides opportunity for community building, mentorship, relationships with students who already attend Syracuse University, upperclassmen. And what we really try to do during that is provide the first introduction to your college experience through a Jewish lens. I did it as a freshman and I've served on the leadership team the past 3 years. And this year I've had the incredible and challenging, due to coronavirus, experience of co-chairing this event. It's really given me the space to develop as a leader. And aside from that point of it, the main point of FreshFest is the community building, like I said. So this was the best experience to introduce me to college and the best experience to introduce me to Jewish life on campus. I made the most incredible friends that I'm still friends with today. And it just was the most impactful way that I could have started my college career 4 years ago already.
So I also was a participant. I came my freshman year directly from sleepaway camp. I went from camp on Saturday to school on Sunday, and I jumped right into FreshFest as my first day on campus, not even having time to kind of catch my breath. And I think it was really good for me because I was in the space, in the Jewish space in my head, and it kind of just continued that going forward. Other than that, it was a really, really big plus to get to move in a couple days early because move-in is really hectic and you have so many families and the elevators get really full. So just that plush of getting to move in early was really beneficial in terms of like logistics wise. Some of my best friends, my roommates for this year, I met at FreshFest within my first week of being at campus. And now I'm a mentor, and my brother is going to be a freshman in just about a month, and he signed up for FreshFest because he just had to do it because I did as well.
I highly recommend signing up for the program. And if you don't end up attending a Syracuse, I would check out the FreshFest at all the other schools as well.
Awesome. So there's a whole bunch of opportunities for Jewish learning. Jillian briefly mentioned it before, but there is within Syracuse University a major and a minor for Jewish studies. But for me, I have some other academic pursuits. So going to Hillel and be able to have that Jewish learning component was really important for me. My freshman year, I participated in both JLF and ILF. Obviously not the senior seminar because I'm not a senior yet. But basically how each of these programs run is you have a cohort of probably 15 to 20 kids, and you meet every week with the JLF, and the senior seminar is run by Rabbi Joel, and ILF is run by our Israel fellow Ronen. And you get together once a week and you get free dinner each time, which is really great. There's also a stipend attached to the learning experience. And some of the topics, I guess, that we learned about in the Israel space, culture, religion, history, and then kind of some social issues, whether that was gender related or conflict related. The Jewish Learning Fellowship, my cohort was 15 girls. So coming onto campus my first semester, having a group of 15 girls that I got to know really well in a Jewish space was super beneficial for me. We talked about family and what home means and expectations of us, and we did it all through a Jewish lens.
I, like Sam, did both JLF and ILF, and I really enjoyed the experience of actually meeting people not within my inner circle. So a lot of the times the people that were in my cohort were younger than me, so I had the opportunity to meet them and talk to them about their college experience and how I could be helpful. So there was also kind of that mentor component there as well, which was really nice. And this is my senior year, obviously, like I said, so I do plan on doing senior seminar when the opportunity presents itself.
And one more thing to add on that, we do have our staff members running these cohorts and these experiences, but there is also interns. We're kind of going to talk about it in a little bit, but there are interns that are also there as older mentors to help with the process and the learning experience as well.
So on to the travel and immersive experience that Syracuse Hillel has to offer. So I myself have actually not been on any of these conferences or trips yet. So Birthright, trips to Israel, National Hillel basketball tournament, which I hear is super fun. So if you love basketball, that's a great way to, be active and hang out with your friends and travel the country a little bit. And also APAC policy conference. So I have not personally been on any of them. So Sam, if you have any experience with these, but one of the great things about these is that you also get to, again, meet with other people outside of your inner circle and meet more Jewish students that you wouldn't normally have the opportunity to do so, and also learn from professionals and mentors within these spaces.
I also haven't actually been on any of these experiences yet, but I did NIFTY in high school, and for some of our kids, we have a lot of kids who did BBYO or USY and NIFTY, and so going to some of these trips like APAC or even on Birthright, you get to connect with some of these people that you did a lot of Jewish things with in high school, and then you can reconnect in college through some of these experiences as well. So Shabbat and holidays, I personally love Shabbat. Kind of how it works is Friday nights, we all gather in Hillel, we light the candles. Obviously this is going to be different and we're still working it out for this year. But we come into Hillel, we light candles, we have services. Sometimes we'll have both a conservative and a reform service. Sometimes they're gonna kind of intermix together. And then we have dinner. And one of the really great things about Shabbat is that students almost always lead services. I've led services a handful of times, bringing in a lot of my camp tunes that I know super well. And we have a student read the Devar Torah write and read a Devar Torah every weekend. So it's kind of run by the students for the students in a way. The high holidays are really great because you see a lot of faces that don't necessarily come every single week to Shabbat, but come for these larger holidays like Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur, and then Passover as well. Passover, as you can see in some of the pictures, we had Passover in the Dome, which is super cool. You have the whole space to yourself, and the food's really, really good. And it's, for me, having a first Passover away from home, having it with Hillel and in this space was just super cool and kind of made me feel more comfortable to be spending holidays not with my family as I was so used to. As with a lot of Jewish events, there's food, of course. And so if you have a meal plan, you kind of swipe your meal card and then you get food. If you don't have a meal plan, or Ronnie and I are both off campus, so we don't have meal plans anymore, we're still able to get food. There's no barrier in terms of no longer having a meal plan to get access to the brisket and the matzo soup and everything else that we eat while we're at Hillel during the holidays.
So on to my absolute favorite topic, and the most incredible things that Syracuse Hillel has given me is internship and leadership opportunities. So Hillel offers a ton of skill building and paid internships and leadership opportunities that you have the chance to get involved in. So these include Hillel Jewish Student Union Executive Board that have created incredible programs like a Super Bowl watch party, apple picking that we go do in the fall, and speakers such as Max Greenfield from New Girl, Josh Peck from Drake and Josh, or Adam Pascal from Rent. Another leadership opportunity that we have, an internship, is the Peer Network Engagement Intern. And their entire job is to take students out to coffee to make sure that they're having a great time on campus and to create micro communities within the students that they have engaged with throughout the year. Further, we plan committees working on some of the bigger programs like Israel Week and Passover. So there's plenty of opportunities to get involved in things that you are passionate about. And other internships included our ILF and JLF, like Sam had previously mentioned, and building relationships with non-Jewish students across campus or recruiting for Birthright. So also, if you're work study eligible, we're always looking for office associates. So that's a plus. It's a great way. It's so fun to see friendly faces who are sitting at the desk all the time. So one of the amazing opportunities that I've had this so far is being president of the Hillel Jewish Student Union. It's been the most humbling and incredible experience that I've had in my entire life. And I'm so grateful that Hillel has given me this space and opportunity to grow as a leader. And within this space, I'm very excited to work with Sam this year, despite this challenging times that we're living in. And I can honestly say that these opportunities that I've had within leadership have set the stage for what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I'm so grateful that I've been able to figure that out so early on. And it's all because of Syracuse Hillel.
So something that I've taken away from the leadership opportunities I've gotten at Hillel is that first semester freshman year, there's not a whole lot of ways to meet upperclassmen. Some organizations start second semester so that you have to wait the whole first semester and kind of get your footing. But Hillel is one of those places that you can walk in and immediately start to know people and know upperclassmen, which can be super great and helpful in kind of getting yourself more comfortable on campus. So as I mentioned, I did JLF and ILF my freshman year, and then that transitioned into being a peer network engagement intern this past year, my sophomore year. You can see on this slide, this was my cohort. There were 10 of us, and like Ronnie said, our job was to take people out to coffee. And it was the easiest and most rewarding job ever because I don't even drink coffee and I still loved it. You kind of just sit across from somebody who you didn't necessarily know before and you get to know them. And you already have this shared, this common connection of being Jewish, and the relationship only grows from there. And now I'm also on the HJSU executive board, doing social programming, and just working with the other board members has been really great, and kind of helping with this transition to online programming and what that's going to look like to make sure that people are still engaged, people are still excited about coming to Hillel, as Ronnie and I obviously are.
So like I said in the beginning, a few of the other organizations that are umbrella groups, that's the word, that I've been involved in is also Challah for Hunger and Jewish Creek Council. So Challah for Hunger works to raise awareness and money to combat local and world hunger through challah baking. It's super fun. Another great way to meet people that you normally wouldn't be interacting with, and challah is delicious, so that's always a plus. Jewish Creek Council, actually, I was kind of on the very beginning stages of creating this umbrella group within Hillel. So Jewish Greek Council is a group of representatives from social, multicultural, and professional Greek councils working together to form a strong sense of Jewish community within the Greek life and at Syracuse University. So this was actually the starting of last year was when we really started working hard on it. And it was just a group of 7 girls from all different social sororities across campus, and we really worked hard to build connections with other people across campus. And now we have a total of 15 representatives across Pan-Hellenic Council, the Fraternity Council, and Multicultural Council. So that's really exciting and really great. So we're just expanding our roots, which is awesome. Another umbrella group that we have is Orange for Israel, which is a pro-Israel group on campus. And OICAPS is the only co-ed Jewish a cappella group on campus. And they're incredible. They sing at Passover, they sing at holidays. They're amazing. And they have concerts throughout the year as well. And based out of Hillel, we have Hillel in-house agency, which brings together creatives across different disciplines to create marketing and PR content for different clients. So this is awesome because you get also a greater professional experience and something you can add. You can obviously add all of this to your resume because it's leadership experience, but it's a great way for people to gain professional experience if you're interested in the field of advertising and PR and generating content.
Awesome. So now is kind of the part where Ronnie and I just, even though we've been doing it the whole time, spill about what Hillel means to us. And kind of like I said before, Hillel was one of those places that I came onto campus, was kind of thrust into on my first day, and I really just never went, like I never looked back. Jewish life and being involved in Jewish spaces has really been super important throughout my entire life. And like I said, I met some of my best friends from Hillel who are now my roommates now that we've moved off campus. And one of the other really special things I think about Hillel is the staff members and how you can get really close with them. Last year, so my freshman year, I guess 2 years ago now, we had an entirely different staff than we did now. And it was my first year on campus, and I got really close with a lot of the staff members. And I was kind of worried when they all left and we got a whole new group of people, but this past year has been honestly even better. But Jillian and I actually have experience at the same sleepaway camp, so that was an instant connection. Rabbi Joel and I'll just go and sit in his office and talk about anything Jewish related, not Jewish related. He's like the funniest man, cracking jokes all the time. Kanan, who is our engagement specialist, she got the amazing opportunity next year to go and study at rabbinical school, and we had such a great connection, and she was such a mentor to me, and I got that through Hillel. And Ronan is just like the bright presence that you walk into the room, and he's just always there, doors always open for anybody to talk to. So other than the friends, the staff members, and all the experiences that we have, I find that I talk about Hillel in almost all of my interviews for new internships. It's on my resume, and I can only see the, I guess, information underneath my Hillel header growing as I continue my time at Syracuse Hillel.
In addition to what everything Sam was, because that was great, and I couldn't have said it better myself, is that Hillel I couldn't imagine my college career without Hillel. It is the single greatest thing that has ever happened to me. Translating from my Jewish life in high school, I really wanted to find that when I got to college, and I am so unbelievably grateful for the experiences, relationships, friendships, like everything everything positive in the world comes from Syracuse Hillel. It's seriously, honestly, the greatest thing that's ever happened to me, and I couldn't imagine doing college without it. And also, it's like I said, I'll reiterate it again because it's really important to who I've grown up to be, is that it has set the stage for exactly what I want to do for the rest of my life. And I am so grateful to have had this experience with all of you.
One more thing that I just thought of that I wanted to add was that sometimes college is hard, like really hard. Last year, we had a whole host of things going on in the fall and in the spring with leaving with COVID. We kind of went home for spring break and never got back to campus. My stuff was sitting in my dorm for like 2 months by itself until I could finally get back up there. But Hillel was always a place that you can go and you could have tough conversations, and not everyone will agree with you, but you'll walk out of that room, you have grown and you'll be a better person because of it. And that's also important because college is that's kind of what the point of college is. You grow, you meet people who don't always agree with you, but having that discourse and talking to them and talking through scenarios that are kind of hard, having it in a safe space like Hillel allows you to have those conversations that you otherwise might not be able to have. That's it.
So that brings us to our last slide. Please follow us on Instagram and on Facebook. Check out our website for more information. My email is here, Sam and Ronnie's, Instagram handles and their emails are here as well. I'm not seeing any questions in the chat box now, so I'm actually going to just say thank you to everyone for being here and hand it back over to Andrew.
Yes, thank you all very much for joining us this evening. If you do have any questions, please feel free to reach out to us. You feel free to reach out to Jillian if you have any questions regarding Hillel or anything about Jewish life on campus. And if you have any questions regarding Syracuse in general, Syracuse admissions, feel free to reach out to us. You can reach us at orange@syr.edu or call us at 315-443-3611. But I really want to thank everybody for joining us this evening, and I wish you all the best night. And lastly, go Orange.
Oh, there's a question.
It just says thank you.
Thank you. Oh, I got it.
You're welcome. Thank you all for being here. We really
You're very
appreciate
welcome.
it.